The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Back into it, back at it. This is The Local Show with Tom and Steve. Mostly Steve on that side of the microphone, and let's keep it that way.
Very little
Go ahead, Steve.
Very little Steve.
Open it up.
I do have a complaint, Tom.
Oh, good. Go ahead.
It's about the truck I bought from you.
Yeah.
It needs tires. Does that come with a warranty?
Those things happen.
I put I'm up to 106,000 miles, and I need some tires, and they kind of wore out. And I know when I bought it from you, it had like 35.
Yeah,
Did that come with a warranty, Tom?
That's a lot of miles.
I want to buy one from him.
I did have one set in between, but now I put another. I guess that's why they call them 60,000-mile tires.
Well, we have a new guest to the show. Let's not scare her off. She's Leslie English, and she's a legislative candidate in the 4th District of Onondaga County. How are you, Leslie?
I'm doing great this morning. Thank you.
Good. Leslie, tell people what a legislator is, because I don't think some people know.
A lot of people do not know.
They don't know what that is.
So, legislator takes care of county business. So, enacting laws, upholding laws, instituting new laws for the county. So, we don't have a lot of influence over the city, not the towns and villages. So, a lot of people confuse decision making and what's being done. They think from the county perspective, we have influence over the town and village, and we do not.
I see. So you'd be working directly with like Brian McMahon then,
yes,
because he would be the executive of that branch.
Exactly.
Okay. What made you want to be a legislator?
Oh my goodness, that's a loaded question right there.
We ask loaded questions
Holy
here.
Cow. Well, here's the thing. I have one daughter who's a senior at Texas Christian University, TCU in Fort Worth, and she said to me, "Mom, I don't think I'm coming back home." Mm-hmm. And that was devastating.
Yes.
The other thing is, my husband's already retired. I'm about 2 years away from retirement. And I thought, you know what? Before we jump ship, before we pack up and move to South Carolina or Florida, based upon the fact that we can't afford to live here in retirement, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try to do my best to impact what I can, where I can. And that's when I decided that, you know what, there's a lot going on the ledge right now. Not a lot of common sense, not a lot of productive behaviors, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
And no one's looking out for the greater good. I think that's my biggest complaint, is that right now, with politicians, it's all about how is this going to benefit us today in this very small group, rather than, let us see around the corner and see how this is going to impact us long term for a lot, right? Not just a little small group. So this is my last shot. Over my career, I've never dabbled in politics.
I was going to ask you that. That was my next question. What have you been doing leading up to this as a profession?
So for 30 years, I was a Dale Carnegie franchisee. So I worked in and owned a Dale Carnegie franchise, which is how I met my buddy Steve here.
Do you know how to make friends and influence people?
Well, the influence people thing, I think I'm getting a lot of work out here.
Well, didn't Jody Frawley do that, or doesn't she do that?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
In fact, Jody started under me.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't say under. She started with me, went through training, and she is now an instructor, and I hear doing fantastic things.
Great. All right. So good people you know.
So you did that for 30 years.
So you did that 30 years, yeah.
So then I retired. Mm-hmm. My husband retired at the same time.
Did they change the retirement age? What are you, 30?
Us mothers, we work very hard. We deserve an early retirement.
You only look 30.
Well, thank you for that. And when it's not golf season and your husband retires, there's a lot of closed spaces in that house. So.
Yeah, I hear you.
So a very good customer of mine, United Radio, reached out to me, and because of the network I had with Dale Carnegie, They said, we're looking for a general manager for one of our divisions. If you hear of anything, let us know. So, okay. Well, the next day I had this epiphany, and I'm thinking, well, could I do that? So I called Mara back and I said, I'd be interested, but if you're not, that's okay. And she said, absolutely, So went in and did my very first job interview.
Oh my gosh, well, that had to be kind of odd, right?
It was scary, really scary.
What'd you wear?
It took me a few times to figure that out. Do I dress up? Do I dress
right,
down?
exactly.
Right. And so that was 4 years ago. Very blessed that they hired me. And so for the last 4 years, I've been the general manager of the communications division at United Radio.
Very nice. I used to take all of my electronics over to United Radio.
Everybody
They fix
did.
everything.
Yes.
Back when
Yes.
They fix my amplifiers, my CB.
that was the place. If you didn't want to buy a CB radio 40 years ago, you could get it there
go
too.
yeah.
You could. So my division takes care of two-way communication, security, and surveillance. So, when you see cameras around businesses, when you go to the 911 center and you see all that communication equipment,
you guys are selling all
that's
that.
United Radio. We sell it, install it, maintain it.
So where is the 4th District?
The 4th District covers this cute little horseshoe around Onondaga Lake, and it includes Salve, Geddes, Long Branch, into Liverpool, towards the village, and down 7th North Street.
Okay, so that's where you're running. So why should someone vote for you versus the opponent?
So I guess the easiest response to that is experience. Now, while I don't have political experience, and neither
That's
did
probably
he,
a good thing.
that is a good thing, right? Because I think with, my business experience, that has all been designed, and my success has all been about when I come into something, whether I'm executive coaching, providing a class, working with my team right now, I go in to make it better than what I found it. That's always been my mission, and I've had a lot of success with that. A lot of it, 99% of it, is the people side, right?
Right.
And that people side is very important. And one of the things that I want to see occur is I want to see that pendulum come back to the middle. We've swung extreme right, extreme left, and nothing's getting done. Things get done in the middle when people can come together, compromise, negotiate, discuss what's in it for everybody, right? And that is something that I am very experienced in. Being a homeowner, a taxpayer, a parent, those are experiences that have provided me great insight into the current living conditions. I'm a 4th generation Onondaga County resident. I've been here. I know what this is about, and we have a motto here, whether or not I'm sure you guys have all heard it. This is a great place to raise a family.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because when my daughter said she wasn't coming back, the first thing that popped into my head is as soon as you get married and have a family, you're going to be back. Because that's what happens, right? We want to give them something to come back to.
Sure.
And we've kind of been in a bubble, right? Onondaga County has always been in a little bubble. And I've heard that from my Dale Carnegie friends. They're like, well, isn't this going on there? Nope. So I want to have that, we're never going to go back to the past.
Yeah.
I want to make this an affordable, safe place to live. So not just in my district, but working with other legislators to say, okay, what's our vision? Can we come together and work on this? Because that's how we're going to get things done. And right now, from what I witness, holy cow, there is chaos going on.
No, we see that, and Tom and I tend to lean a bit right. And looking at what's happening with the socialist things and all those things, like, oh my gosh. So we're glad you're running. Vote LeslieEnglish.com. Information there.
That's
Does that
right.
sound right?
That's
and we
right.
appreciate you joining us, and we wish you well in your endeavor.
Thank you so much, you guys. It was a pleasure this morning.